The following contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
So Dan sends me this text.
Yes.
Out of the blue, I just get, where is it? So this is the text I get from Dan.
Mark, I must have been thinking about you subconsciously because today I accidentally said your last name when referring to my friend Brian's last name. I'm sorry. Please know I'll be more careful in the future. I guess I just miss you.
What? So this is a text that a friend of his received from another friend.
Okay.
That is literally out of the blue, a legitimate text that one person he knows received from another.
Okay.
I thought it was the most amazing thing.
You were just fascinated with it.
Fascinating by the fact that there was an apology,
Right.
and then a statement of I will be more careful in the future. So I said, you know what, I'm going to send this to some of my friends and see what kind of responses I get.
So he sent it to me. I forget what I said.
So you changed the name to say...
Yes.
Yeah.
Read it again with my name and then read my response.
Mark, I must have been thinking about you subconsciously because today I accidentally said your last name when referring to my friend Brian's last name. I'm sorry. Please know I'll be more careful in the future. I guess I just miss you.
Right. And my response?
Say what? Question mark. Then you said, is this some sort of chain letter or some sort of experiment you're conducting?
That's like, I probably would have said something similar.
Right.
And so I explained to him, and I was thinking, who else could we do this to? And then we started talking about, what if I sent this to Jonah?
Right.
What would his response?
What would Jonah's response be?
His would be like...
Because remember, here's the thing for anybody listening right now. Dan and Jonah, certainly the only time they really communicate is when they're both on this show together, right? So this occasionally you guys will text each
Occasionally
other.
we'll text, but
I need you to read the thing.
I'll read what I wrote. Jonah, I must have been thinking about you subconsciously because today I accidentally said your last name.
You'd be all over that
when referring to my friend Brian's last name. I'm sorry. Please know I'll be more careful in the future. I guess I just miss you! Exclamation mark.
Yeah.
So what's your guess, Lil?
I think Jonah wrote, I miss you too, man.
Or like I
like
totally
that.
appreciate your honesty and the way that you just put that out there, and I couldn't agree more. It's a we do need to.
It's a tribute. We need to talk more.
Reach out and make an effort.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be Jonah.
I was honestly on the fence because I could see it going that way, and then I could also see it just him either not answering or maybe even answering like me, just saying, say what, and just leaving it at that.
Yeah.
I thought there's no way that I could not imagine Jonah thinking, that this is actually serious. And I thought,
you thought he would call you out on it.
I thought he'd be like, what the fuck, what are you apologizing for? And what are you going to be more careful about in the future? Like it's nonsense.
So the answer?
His response is, I miss you too, brother. How's life, man? So then I wrote to him, hey, bud, good to hear from you. Full disclosure, one of my friends got this text apologizing.
So you revealed it.
So I told him, I said, I told Ronick I was 50-50 on whether you'd respond normally, and he agreed, and you delivered, da-da-da. And then he writes, I feel like a lab rat. And he puts a sad face and then a gif of someone spraying something.
What?
Yeah, and then I said, wasn't there a part of you that thought, quote, this is a little odd?
You're right.
And he said, nope, I take you at face value.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That is a Jonah answer right
Yeah, that's
there.
so Joan.
Hello, boys. Mark
I just pooped and it smells fabulous.
Lowell.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one.
It's the Marc and Lowell Show,
It was a show just for me and you, much like this podcast.
where two guys bring you stories and opinions
Our listeners will not laugh.
But if we laugh, then people will laugh.
built on 30 years of friendship.
You were singing operatically.
Yeah, while you were taking the camera.
And I was zooming in.
zooming in on my crotch.
Yes.
Along with a regular cast of pals to help them remember it all.
Camp is the best.
Get your shit together.
All right, so back to your swamp ass.
Say ho.
Now, here's Marc and Lowell.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Marc and Lowell Show. I am your host, Marc Ronick, and here with me, as always, my co-host, Lowell Melser. Hello, Lowell.
Good evening.
Welcome. Hey, you should have said it. How about them Ravens, baby?
Yep, Super Bowl bound.
Yeah.
Who's going to beat them? Who's going to beat them? Nobody.
I mean, as they say, any given Sunday, so,
Hello, even I know that one.
I'm sure if the Patriots meet them again, it will be a tough fight for those Ravens.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight to the end.
Yeah, and we'll get to it. But I'll tell you, it was nice walking around Baltimore with you in Sykesville and seeing all those Ravens fans. I felt like a new appreciation, a new prideness about a new football team.
Yeah, and like we were talking, and not to get too mad, and
yes,
I said, isn't it nice? We were watching them play the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 0-8,
right?
And I said, isn't it nice to see your team play a shitty team and beat them like they should?
Yes,
instead of the Redskins would be like, battle it to the end and probably lose.
Yeah, most definitely lose.
Right.
All right, let's welcome in, because we don't want to get too maddened. Let's welcome in the rest of our crew. We've got Lisa Runyon. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, boys.
And we don't have Jonah this week, but we do have our good friend, Dan Binstock. Hello, Dan.
Dan without a piano.
Oh, again.
Oh, here we
Didn't
go.
set it up again.
Yeah.
You've had all this time.
Everybody give me shit. There we go.
All this time.
Quarter-inch jack. $5 online.
Yeah, on Amazon. He could have ordered it forever ago.
Yeah.
I'll show you later, Dan, when I'm working with him. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
All right, but we have lots to get to. First, just want to remind everyone, Black Friday is only a couple weeks away. And the best thing you can do when you do your shopping, go to marcandlowell.com, go to any Amazon banner or link you see. When it takes you to Amazon, just bookmark that page with whatever browser that you use. Bookmark it. When it's Black Friday time, just go to that bookmark. Do your shopping. We get a little commission off of all of the purchases you make through those banners and links at marcandlowell.com. So thank you in advance for doing so. And remember to do your Black Friday shopping through the marcandlowell.com page.
Bookmark it.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, so let's see where to begin. I've got several things in mind here that I want to talk to you guys about. First, I have tried, I don't know about you guys, but I have finally tried, Lowell. We talked about it all weekend when I visited you. I tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh, you did try it?
I did. I finally tried it because my stepdaughter, she had called me on her way home. She said, I'm getting one of the Popeyes chicken sandwiches. Do you want one? And I actually passed. I said no. But I kind of did that because I know she doesn't eat the whole thing. And sure enough, she didn't. And she shared with me. And I got to say, probably as far as any fast food chicken sandwiches go, and I've had pretty much all of them, I would say this is the best one.
Better than Chick-fil-A?
Much better than Chick-fil-A.
In what way?
First of
What's
all,
on it? Tell me what's on
it's
it.
very basic. It's got
Like
good
Chick-fil-A.
bread buns. The buns are good quality buns. The chicken, the fried part is very crunchy.
Right.
It's not over fried, but it's very crunchy, which I love if I'm going to have a fried chicken sandwich.
Right.
The meat is tender. It's everyone's favorite word, moist.
Right.
And the sauce that they put on it, it just works. Can't explain it. I would love to try the spicy one. I hear that one's even better.
What kind of sauce is it? Is it like a white sauce?
It's like a mayonnaise-ish sauce.
Ow.
Now, I would probably do without it the next time, although I think it kind of is what makes it. It gives it that little extra flavor, that sauce.
Because that's what you need on fried chicken, mayo.
Right. That's why I probably would opt out of it.
It's actually really good. Mayo on fried chicken.
Well, it's delicious, but it's just a lot of extra.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like extra fat.
I would venture to say mayo is pretty good on almost
anything.
almost anything.
Yeah.
People put mayo.
But I definitely recommend it. I don't know if it's worth what I've seen on the news or I've read about, but I couldn't go and wait in a very long line for one. I just don't have that patience.
That's not my...
But it is really, really good. So if you haven't tried it yet, I would recommend it. And then I'm curious, have you guys tried these incredible burgers and breakfast sandwiches? Yeah, Impossible or Incredible. I think it's
Impossible Burger.
Yeah,
Something like that.
they're the plant-based.
I haven't.
the plant-based meat, and now they're doing it I saw at Dunkin'. It's like a sausage patty now, but it's that plant-based meat.
Really?
None of you have tried it, huh?
Well, they're so high in sodium.
Oh, really?
Is that what the trade-off is?
Yes, what you lose in actual beef, you gain in sodium.
Daniel, it's sodium.
I know nothing about it, but like my whole thing is like, why would I want to eat
That's
that?
the question. Does anyone know why? Like, what's the reason for? I guess if you're vegan or vegetarian,
and then the question is like why? Well, if you're a vegetarian, like why do you want a burger? But like if you used to be a vegetarian, and you remember how much you like a burger, and this is apparently. I know people who have had it, and it's apparently tastes exactly
that's
like
what I want to
burger.
see, how similar it tastes.
She said it tastes exactly like a burger. Now,
Fucking impossible.
that's why it's called that. That's why it's called the Impossible Burger. So, I mean, and obviously there's all these health reasons, right? Like not just like because of meat, but because of the industry and causing like issues with the ozone layer. If you stopped eating meat, we would be able to save the earth kind of.
It's the I'm a good person burger.
Or like just feel better about not eating, what used to be a living thing.
That's the obvious one. But I want to just try it and see, does it taste similar enough that I would actually maybe even go back to it? I can't imagine I would go back for seconds. Well, we were all fascinated with the Popeyes chicken sandwich over the weekend. We went to see Lowell and Allie. We do this now. It's kind of become a tradition.
Yeah.
Every year around this time, we go get together with them for their birthdays because Allie and Lowell both have birthdays right around the same time. So usually we do fancy dinners, but we did something totally different this time. We went to the Sykesville Craft Beer Festival.
Yes.
And Lowell, have you been to this before?
No, it's only been going on for looks like about like 3 or 4 years, so it's relatively new.
It was pretty packed.
Yeah, it was packed. I was like surprised. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in downtown Sykesville. It was cool.
Which is like this little town, this old town, little town USA,
Yeah.
Charming.
It's like a miniature Ellicott City kind of.
They had, dozens of different beer vendors. They give you those like little cups, you don't get the full size cup.
It's almost like a shot glass in a way.
Yeah, it's like a double shot, maybe triple shot glass. The lines were, even though it was packed, you never had to wait very much in line.
No, you didn't. And I was surprised there were some people that were a little inebriated.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Inebriated.
Well, I think what people do is, they
just
get there
going.
when it starts and they just keep going.
Yeah.
Because we leisurely rolled in. It started at noon and we rolled in around 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So we got to Lowell's first, and the Penn State game was on, and Lowell is a huge Penn State. Well, he's an alumni, but he's also a big fan of the football team to this day. And man, he was going crazy. We walked in, and he had this puss on his face when we walked in.
Yeah.
This was like the second quarter when we walked in, and it was not like, "Hey, thanks for coming.
Hey, good to see you.
Thanks for the 50-minute drive.
And then Allie's hugging us, and she's like, he's very upset because they're losing right now. He thinks it's because of the birthday jersey that we gave him. He got this new Penn State jersey, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I've been wearing a different jersey, and they went 8-0, and I was wearing the same jersey for all 8 games. And then I switched it for my new one this game, and they lost.
Why would you switch after 8?
Because he got the new jersey and he was very excited for his birthday present.
So halfway through the game, I switched back to the old jersey, but it was too late.
Yeah. Well, we walked in and he had already had his switch. He was now back into his original good luck jersey with the puss on his face. And I kept telling him, because we were kind of dragging to get out of there, and I kept telling him, dude, if you want to just stay and watch this game, that's fine. He's like, no, they're going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
Man. He was pissed.
They did not show up to that game.
No.
But then when we went to the festival, boy, modern technology is something else, huh?
Yeah.
I was watching the game on my iPhone in HD.
Yep.
Perfectly streaming just fine on the ESPN app.
Yeah. It was a little hard to, really get Lowell's full attention during most of that.
But I invited you in to watch.
You did.
Allie would watch with me, and then you would watch with me. People were watching, but I wasn't watching it the whole time. I'd watch for a little while, and then I'd put it away.
That is
true. Watch a little while, and then it was at the end of the game, and then we ducked into that ice cream shop.
Right.
And it looked like Penn State might win. it was the last drive of the game, and they got like all the way down to 1st and goal.
Right.
And then we made fun of Allie because like Amy had said, it was channeling all the good energy. We were channeling all of our energy.
Yeah, we went into this ice cream shop, and I guess the owners there happened to have been Penn State alum also.
Okay.
And they were telling us they had this flavor that any Penn Stater would know what this flavor is. And what was it again?
I don't know what it was.
Sticky bun.
The sticky buns. Yes.
Yeah. Amy was starting to say, there's a lot of karma, there's a lot of mojo going on here. We got the Penn State alum with the flavored ice cream. And Penn State was driving. You were getting pumped.
Right. We were getting pumped. Like it was like, oh wow, this might happen. The energy's here. And then Allie like got a phone call from someone she was trying to meet up with us there. And she left our little group that we had, and then Penn State blew it.
And so then she walks in and Lowell goes, well, great. Glad you left. You ruined all the karma. It's all gone. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Allie's like laughing, but then she's looking at me like, wait, is he kidding?
No, I told her right away I was kidding.
I know. For a minute, you let it go for about a minute or two.
No, I didn't. I didn't let it go at all. She said, wait, you're kidding, right? I'm like, yes, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So here's one thing, guys. At one point, we got a little bit split up for some reason, and I'm walking back toward Lowell. He's in the middle of a crowd, and there's a dude who is talking to him. And for some reason, I just had it in my head. I'm like, I have a feeling that person's a listener. I didn't recognize the person, but it's usually because when it's a viewer, there's usually more than, there were no tip-offs like that. Usually when it's a viewer, there's more than one. You seem to get approached by like at least 2 or more people at a time when it's a viewer.
Yeah, like groups of people, yeah.
So I walk over and the guy's like talking to Lowell, and Lowell at this point, I guess maybe you were a little intense about the game. Because I feel like you were looking at your phone.
Yeah, it was prime like game time, yeah.
Yeah, but I walk over and right away the guy's like, hi, Mark. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a listener. His name was Ryan. Really nice guy, very friendly.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Chatted it up a little bit with us.
And he listened to, he knew everything.
Well, yeah, what happened was we split up.
The last show and everything.
Yeah, he came back. We were talking some more, and he revealed, he really knows the show well. He had heard the very last episode. And
I was impressed.
He knew everything going on. I was very impressed. Yeah.
Wow.
And then the women come back, our wives come, and he's talking to us, and then he's saying to Lowell, like, oh, yeah, and Reed, he's like 5, going about to be 6, right? And Allie's looking at me like, how does this guy know?
Right.
What is this? Because she had just kind of walked in on this.
Right.
And I think the guy kind of picked up that Allie was like, wait, who is this?
Right.
And then he started explaining. And apparently, I guess he met you doing a TV shoot or something.
Yeah, we're back in the day in Canton, yeah.
How many times did somebody come up to Lowell recognizing him from TV?
Well, probably. So remember, this was a large crowd here,
that's
right?
what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
I would say probably 5 or 6 times. He was approached for strictly TV. That doesn't account the 2 times that we got approached for Marc and Lowell.
2 times?
2 times.
What?
Yeah, that was the first time ever that I was with Lowell out in public that we both got called out for the podcast.
That is so cool.
You were both famous.
Well, Allie kept telling me, on the lines of like people coming up, Allie kept telling me, she's like, a lot of people don't come up to you. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, they just go, oh, that's Lowell Melser. That's Lowell Melser. And they don't come up to you. She's like, because I could hear every time we were walking by, people were saying that.
It became like a game to me. I was watching people, and it became a game in my head. Like, are they going to go and approach Lowell Melser?
Him?
Yeah.
When you see them kind of talking and questioning whether they should come up to you, do you like give them the nod, like the opening sort of?
It depends. Like, it happened a couple times. Like, I made eye contact with people, and like I could tell, because this was another guy. He said that he also listened to the podcast, but Mark wasn't around.
Right. I was so pissed.
There's another guy. We locked eyes, and like he came up to me. He's like, "Oh, is there?" A lot of people do the Mr. Melser thing too. Which
really?
I don't like.
Oh,
that.
like kind of in a smart-assy kind of way.
No, just like out of like.
Like out of respect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, they're like, he's like, oh, Mr. Melser. Da, da, da. And I'm like, that's Lowell. Don't. Mr. Melser's my dad.
Right.
That's a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
Mr. Melser's my dad. But the icing on the cake was before we left.
Mm-hmm.
I got attacked.
This was actually the final round of my game that I was playing in my head, and I watched these people in this big crowd. We were waiting for food, and I watched these people talking, and then all of a sudden I see one spot Lowell, and I can see it click in her head. And then I see her lean over to her girlfriend, and she's like, I think that guy, he's on the news. I'm reading her lips. He's on the news. I know that guy. That's Lowell Meltzer. That's Lowell Meltzer. Yeah. And then the other one's like, yeah. And then they're like hitting their husbands. Like, look, that's Lowell Meltzer over there. That's it's sure as shit. They had no problem.
So
they went
funny.
right to him, beelined it to him.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, there were probably like 6 to 8 people around you.
Yeah, taking pictures. And,
Now, here's the thing. I'm standing there in full conversation.
You and I were having a conversation right before.
It wasn't like we were across the way. Like we were, within 3 to 5 feet of each other talking, right? All of a sudden, I am literally shoved out of the way. Right? And they're just like, oh, hi, are you Lowell Meltzer? Hi. And I am just shoved aside. And I'm just, next thing I know,
to the side.
There's this crowd behind me all just fawning over Lowell.
And I'm picturing Mark with this look on his face, kind of like that half smile with his shoulders back a little bit, kind of nodding up and
didn't
down.
You take a picture?
Yeah, Amy took a picture.
I can totally picture your face just sort of,
The picture may or may not be a little staged. I'll let you guys decide as far as from my perspective anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it just happened so quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's like the next thing you know, you're like, oh, whoops, okay.
Yeah, next thing I know, people are stepping on my head and kicking me in the stomach as they walk
Baring
by.
their chest for autographs.
No, it's all pictures. It's all selfies now.
Yeah, but I guess that other guy, you didn't get the name of that other guy, did you? The one that you met?
No, I didn't.
He commented on Instagram, and his Instagram I have, but I don't know if he wants me to say that publicly or not.
Would have his first name?
No, because it's just his Instagram handle.
Oh. Well, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He came up to me and he said to say hello to you.
Yeah.
And he knows who he is. He approached me. It was over by down from the porta pots.
And I posted this picture that he had commented on, and he said, hey, Mark tried to find you, but couldn't do it.
Yeah, because I told him I was going to tell you that he listened to the podcast.
Right. And then there were several comments on the pictures across social media, the same picture of the 4 of us at the festival, of people making fun of my earmuffs.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, I saw that
earmuffs.
too. I saw that.
Did you notice that, Dan? Because I'm actually surprised you didn't pile on.
Well, I was focusing on Lowell's tan.
Yes!
Dude, listen, and me both. I have no idea why I look so tan.
I was going to ask you, actually, I was debating. I was afraid you might get even mad at me, but I was going to ask you if maybe you go and get something done.
I don't. Now I'm wondering if I have like a liver problem or something.
Jaundice. He's just jaundice.
Yeah, jaundice. I'm looking at my face and I'm like, why am I so tan?
Right.
Why am I so tan? I mean, I'm outside a lot with my job, but
That's true. I mean, you are outside a lot. Do you have a big farmer's stand?
I never really noticed. I
Well,
mean,
let's see.
no.
Oh,
You won't show us?
No,
You had
I
a-
don't have a farmer's
You
stand.
definitely had a Palm Beach glow.
I did have a glow. I was like, wow, look at my
You did.
maybe you
face.
are using some great moisturizer.
Well, I do use a lot of moisturizer on my face. I will admit that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you also have to wear makeup every day, so
Right.
you got to take care of yourself.
Maybe it's stained your skin, all the makeup.
Oh, that could be too.
Could be.
Maybe you got some makeup stain.
Stains. You have stains.
Stains with a Z.
But just to finish about the earmuffs, they are, and I've always been self-conscious of these earmuffs. Amy got me these a couple years ago, and they're just gigantic. I look like Princess Leia. That's the best way to explain it.
I feel like it's so ridiculous. I mean, I do not see that at all.
You didn't see that from the picture?
No, and like the thing is, because of your earmuffs like that, I got earmuffs like that.
Really?
Because I like them. I like that I don't have to have
full
like the
coverage.
hat on, but my ears get covered, and then I feel so much better.
And what's funny is I was uncomfortable because I had noticed Lowell had a pair of earmuffs on his kitchen counter. I was like,
yeah.
Amy, see, those are the kind I want. I want the smaller one. And then sure as shit, I post a picture and then everybody's commenting, oh, nice earmuffs. Hey, Mickey Mouse.
I saw.
Yeah, but you said to Amy, you left out, you said to Amy, see, these are the ones I need. These are the ones you need to get. And she's like, I need to get.
Yeah, she's like, go get your own damn pair.
Why can't you just go on? Why can't you just go online and order them?
Right. Why do you got to tell me?
Yeah. Why do you have to tell me? Just order them.
Allie did say, oh yeah, Lowell does that too all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, and then of course we actually slept over that night. We figured we were going to have some drinks and stuff, so we slept over. I got to tell you, Lowell has a real gas problem.
Oh, don't even start.
He was constant, like when we were kids, we would if you were a little gassy, you'd go in their area and just kind of let one rip,
right.
Yeah, we're going to play this game, huh?
And Lowell was just doing that all night.
The funny thing about Mark is that, he's like, I don't fart in front of Amy. I don't fart in front of Amy. But when Lowell's there, he has no problem farting in front of Amy.
Well,
like Mark was...
But you were the one that was farting.
No, you came up and there was one, it sounded like you dropped cement blocks on the floor. It was so loud.
I picture Mark's farts. Mark, don't take this the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
But I picture your farts smelling like something is really sick with your stomach.
Pungent. Yes.
Yeah,
and it's always been like that, Dan. Like when we were in high school, Mark used to make them in the car and turn on the heat and lock the windows.
It'd be like someone that you don't know if they have like Crohn's or something.
I've never been diagnosed with anything like that.
I've never smelled one of your farts, but just something about you makes me get the sense that they're extra pungent.
I mean, I'm like a decently fit guy.
Deep stink.
Yeah,
the stereotype.
I don't know why, but it doesn't surprise me at all what you're saying, Lowell.
It's like you opened up a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips.
Right.
You get that waft.
Yeah.
And it stays like the extra 10 seconds when it should have dissipated. Yeah.
But it smells like a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips and someone took a shit in the bag. That's what it's
all right, that will do it for the Marc and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there. And if you need that information or any other information, Marc and Lowell, just go to marcandlowell.com.
All social media platforms, Newsmaker. No, 22. I'm a dick.
And a big shout out to Lisa Runyon.
Bye, boys.
And she ain't lying.
And thanks to Dan Binstock, keyboardless. And a big thanks to Buzz Burbank, RJ Diaz, Aaron Lamb, and everybody else who helps us with this show. For Lowell Melser, I'm Mark Ronick. We will see you next time on the Marc and Lowell Show.
And no one at the beer fest asked for Jonah.
By the way, Lowell.
Yeah.
I've already thanked her, but really you can thank your wife for those s'more cereals. Do you know that we're down to, I think, 1.5 boxes?
Oh, my God. 4 to 1.5. Oh, my God. You're going to need more.
Yeah. We're going to need more. Now, I did share a little bit with Haley, but really, overall, it was just me and Amy.
Did Haley like them?
Oh, yeah, Haley loved them.
I don't know what it is about that cereal.
Do you think, though, I agree, I think it is the best cereal. And Dan, I have it here for you.
S'mores?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think it's the best cereal around. I really do. There's nothing better.
Too.
Oh, my God, that looks amazing. Honey Maid.
Yep.
I will ask you this. Here's the challenge to think about.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Golden Graham portion of the cereal is a little maybe too sugary?
I don't know, because I think that's kind of the take there. Why they taste so good.
I think it's a little too sugary, but I don't mind it. Because it is overall the best cereal ever.
See, it's good. It's good when you put milk on it. And I know you don't eat your cereal like that.
Here, let me give these to Dan.
Hold on, let me try these.
It's better with milk on it.
Can I get these on Amazon?
See, by me, they have them at the Giant and the Walmart.
Oh my God. These are incredible.
Best cereal.
Yeah.
There's no milk and it's still delicious.
It's my number one. It's my number one right now. It's so good.
I'm a huge fan of Golden Grams.
Right.
And these other two elements are
but this and I think we were talking about this when you were here. the original s'mores, like in the 80s and stuff, that's what they were. They were golden grams with chocolate on the golden grams and marshmallows. Like that's what they were.
Yeah.
And they were awesome. And then they like did away with them.
These are definitely the best.
Mm-hmm.
Better than those originals for sure.
Yep.
With milk.
Yeah, well, see, I don't do the milk.
So good with milk.